First thing, just want to thank the crowd. Thought tremendous atmosphere today in Little John sellout. Students were unbelievable, grit pit, loud and boisterous, and I think just provided a ton of energy for our team. And you know, it's very meaningful for our players to be playing well and then come out and see that kind of support. So thank them. Really proud of our guys. I thought we just played really well. Not just hard, but focused, you know, and I was a little more worried. I knew we'd have energy. I knew we'd compete, but, you know, I just thought we had to play smart today and make sure that we weren't distracted a little bit by the crowd and the excitement and the enthusiasm. Nice day today. We had alumni back, so we had a lot of folks that have a lot of pride in this place and our program, and thank them for making the trip and spending time. It's always good to see them and share a few stories, and you know, I think they're proud of what our team is not only doing on the floor, but the kind of young men we have. So great day in Clemson basketball. And questions for me?
Coach, they go on a 9-0 run, and then their leading scorer fouls out with 7 minutes left. How critical was that moment in the game?
Yeah, it was. He's a terrific player. Malik Renault is fantastic. Obviously, I've watched him a lot over the years, and he can three-level score. He's an older, experienced guy. There's no question that helped us defensively in the game. You know, but I thought our guys, especially our starters, I thought they did a really good job of just coming out ready to go and sort of making a statement that we're here to play and play well and compete. And I thought that was really significant in the game as well.
You talk about a statement, especially on the defensive side. Just what did you feel about your guard play defensively, getting all those steals?
Yeah, just really active, aggressive. I mean, they have really good players. Donaldson is one of the better guards in our league, and I thought our pick and roll coverage was outstanding, and you know, part of it too was our offense was good. Like, we shot the ball well today. We did have a few turnovers, but by scoring, they had to take the ball out of bounds more, and we were able to set our defense a little bit easier, and so that helped. So I do think that was part of it. But our guys, you know, were locked in. They competed, fought over ball screens. I thought we had pretty good communication throughout, and just played very connected on the defensive end.
That first half play where I think it was Waleem had an open three and then dished it inside.
Yeah,
layup.
great play.
How does that make you feel as a
Yeah,
coach?
you know, that's one of the many things that our team does well. Our big guys are good passers, and so and they're willing passers, and they're guys that share the ball. And so to pass up a good shot for a great shot is what we talk about a lot. And you know, those guys really look for each other and do a lot of those kinds of things in the course of a game.
It seems like Dylan is willing to kind of get everybody else involved, and when it's his time to make a play or two, then he does it.
Yeah, I think that's who Dylan Hunter is as a player. It's kind of what I told you guys in the beginning of the season, that we're not looking for Dylan Hunter to average 15 points a game. We want him to do what he does, which is run a team and you know, make sure other guys are involved, and whatever our team needs that day, he usually, you know, figures it out with us and plays the game the right way. And obviously that's why he has very good assist turnover numbers, and when he has open shots in games like this, he usually makes them. And obviously he made 2 big shots in the second half there.
Coach, how did you get your team to just really ramp it up from tip-off to the last steal that Dylan had defensively? How did you get them to ramp it up?
I think our guys were excited. Obviously, we have a lot of respect for Miami when you start watching them on film, and we showed our guys a ton of film of how talented they are, how well they're playing. They do a lot of nice things. Jay's doing a really good job with that team for a first-year coach. And you have to deal with a lot when you play them. And so our guys were highly motivated, excited. You know, didn't hurt that we had 9,000 people here, you know, cheering them on. And so I just, you know, I think our guys do deserve some maturity, or some credit for the maturity they show by sustaining it full 40, because you have to against a team with this kind of offensive firepower.
Justin's really come alive defensively in ACC play. What have you seen in his development since summer to now?
You know, just a greater sense of urgency to do it, and part of it is, you know, that's just the culture, hopefully taken shape in his game and the expectation and watching other guys like Dylan Hunter fight. You know, and I'm really proud of him because I think I thought he played really well today, fighting defensively and pretty efficient offensively, making the right play, like a terrific pass to Carter at the end of the game on the drive. Fantastic play. I just think his game has grown, and you know he's playing at a good level for us right now.
He also had a cheap one. You don't press a lot, but there in the first half, he got a cheap score on the press. Is that something you saw in prep?
We do that periodically. We want to apply some pressure every so often, and you know our guys. That was just a good player making a play. It wasn't really coaching.
3 straight double digits scoring games for Carter Welling. What was working for him tonight?
Pretty good mix. I think he made a couple threes, got the ball, you know, around the basket area. Got one in left-handed around the rim, which was good off multiple fakes. Yeah, Carter's an improving player. I'm really, again, I've talked about it. I'm pleased with his defensive development, just his understanding. He wants to learn and grow, and I think we're asking him to do more different things than maybe he's ever done before. You know, besides block a shot or some things like that. But again, I think he led us in defensive rebounds again, which is terrific. 9 rebounds total. I thought he played very well. Was a major factor in the game.
Brad, did you think this team would, at the beginning of the year when it all started, would be this good defensively?
You know, I don't know. I didn't really think so. I mean, think about it really. I mean, I thought we would, you know, play the way we're playing for the most part, maybe more aggressively picking guys up. You know, without Zach now, it's shortened our bench a little bit in some different ways. But I do think, you know, that this team was willing to learn, wanted to learn and grow, and you hope that, you know, through the course of a year you get better, and I think that's what's happened.
As good as you've been defensively lately, it sounds like you maybe think there's still another step they can take.
Probably always as a coach, you're never satisfied. There's always things you can get better at. But today was a high level of defensive performance, no doubt about it. I mean, we did a lot of things that we needed to do in the game to make it difficult on them, and you know, we have to kind of continue to do that. Obviously, the shot making was good. We were 8 for 17 from 3. Happy for Jake. He's been shooting the ball well in practice, just maybe hasn't had a couple going in games. So hopefully that energizes him, but he can easily make those shots and did today, and those were big baskets.
9 straight wins since that buzzer beater by number 10 BYU. Was that kind of a turning point, that game?
You know, not in the sense that like, oh my, we're going to use that as some fuel to all of a sudden, you know. I mean, we were down to Mercer with 10 minutes to go. You know, it was just let's get better. You know, we saw all the things that we did poorly in the second half. We actually guarded them reasonably well in the second half. Our offense was awful, and it wasn't awful. It was awful in spurts. We actually got some open shots early and missed them, and then we probably got a little tight, which happens with a new team, and you're not really sure about the offense, and even us as coaches, where do we go? And you know, we probably didn't do a great job in the game either, and you know, from that point, I think we just have gone to work. You know, just talked about it. Let's just focus on the work and each other and see what happens. And obviously, we've had a lot of good results.
Coach, you spoke earlier about Alumni Week and having some of the legends back here in the building today. I know you're excited about the win, but how much more special is it when you do it?
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it is. Those guys, you know, I saw a bunch of them right before the game. And, you know, it's great to hear. They're proud of our team. They watch and, you know, very complimentary of what we're doing and the program. And obviously then you get a chance to play in front of them. You want to play well. And, you know, let them see. We had a bunch of them sitting right behind our bench, and they get a firsthand view of what these guys are doing and how hard they're working and how much they care. And you know, that's still a big part of what we do. Obviously, we have our Tiger Pride wall that we get guys who come back, if you haven't been, to sign our wall and let you know that we still think you're a part of our program. We want you to be involved. And so I think that's a unique thing that we started several years ago. And a lot of them, we had a bunch of guys signed today that hadn't been back in a while. So it was great for that too.
And Coach, I saw you and Coach Ellis have a
Yeah.
little moment there at the alumni thing. You're smiling and stuff.
Yeah.
You told me you hadn't been here in a while, hadn't been able to. So what was that like to see you?
Yeah, it was fun to see him. You know, I get texts from him periodically, and you know, we see each other, you know, 2 or 3 times a year. He comes back to Clemson periodically. Obviously, they did a nice thing with Eldon on Friday night, and Coach spoke, and so he's always very encouraging, and so I appreciate that, and you know, it's good to see him and his group. You can see how close he is to his players that all came back, so it's fun.
You guys have won 24 of your last 26 games in ACC play. I guess what does that say about where you guys are in the program, do you think?
Yeah, I think we have a good program. I think we've had a good program for, you know, almost since this building's been here. The renovation, I think that's when it started. I just think it was showed more of a commitment to basketball, and it obviously helped us recruit better players. You don't win more games without better players. And so since that time, I'm, you know, very proud of the recent success as well. But I think those teams back there, our Elite 8 or our Sweet 16 team, and a couple of those teams really help, you know, continue to push forward to where you can get the kind of guys that we have on our roster here these last couple of years that want to play for Clemson.
Dylan and Carter were talking about how there are high character guys on this team. You were saying they were coachable last game. When there's a very short portal window, how do you go about looking for guys that are high character and coachable?
Yeah, staff does an unbelievable job. You know, we make a lot of phone calls, try to do as much homework as we can to find out as much as we can about guys, you know, and then obviously I think, you know, I'm very direct in recruiting about what our expectations are and, you know, how we go about our business, so that we make sure that if there's something that makes people uncomfortable, then we probably are going to go the other way. And then I would think the guys that come here are coming here for the right reasons. And this is certainly one of those kind of groups. I'm really proud of this group and proud of my staff for all the hard work that they put, because it is very demanding. And it always happens right after the season. I mean, our season ends, and for the next 6 weeks, we're batting down the hatches and getting after it as much as we can to put together a team for the next year.
Probably got time for a couple more.
I guess you were talking earlier about some of the big men passing, and but just do you feel like this team's really come together in terms of their ability to find each other?
Yeah, I think you just get more comfortable in the offense. I think there's, you know the next look and read a little bit better. And so somebody takes something away, and maybe earlier on you're not really quite sure where to go with the ball. Now you have a better feel, and you get there quicker, so guys who are open for a second, you're getting the ball, and if you wait and you're delayed, then it's not open, and now you're maybe stuck with it. And sometimes then those are bad possessions. And so I do think some of it is just guys becoming more comfortable with what they're supposed to do and the reads they have, and then obviously just them making more plays. You know, at the end of the day, it's finding out when you can break something off and go make a play. When does coach want me to go attack? Because there's a fine line between what we're doing in terms of running our stuff and also then just going and making a play.
Brad, Dylan obviously had to be the leader in the spring and the summer and all that. Do you think, did he defer any of those qualities in the past years just because Chase was here and, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's funny though, he's different than Chase. Chase, ironically, was not a guy that was a vocal leader. Like, I fought Chase on that throughout his career. He was just a really talented guy who was a good team guy, don't get me wrong. I mean, he was about the team and winning, but his personality did not lend itself to like challenging people very often. About the only two people that would challenge were the Hunter brothers would challenge each other. Dylan would challenge Chase, and Chase would get mad and challenge Dylan, and that was actually good because it you know, certainly elevated their game and their competitiveness, both in practice and in games. And Dylan has always been a guy who just kind of quietly says a good word or two here or there. He's not a huge vocal guy all the time, but he knows, he has a good feel of what to say. He's been with me a long time. He knows how we do things, and I just think he knows what wins for us. And so he's constantly, you know, and then there are times now, even tonight in the huddle, he as I'm walking in, he's talking to him, and that's what we need.
Just one other,
Go ahead.
Just one other thing we haven't asked about Zach Foster in a while. So
Yeah.
he had surgery and
Had surgery, is starting rehab, seems to be doing well, everything progressing nicely. Long way to go, but yeah, he's in a good headspace right now, and proud of the way he's attacking everything, because it's not easy for a young player especially. Okay, thank you all.
Coach.